Hello, everybody. My name is Adele Eroser, and I'm the Executive Director for Turning Points, where compassion takes action. Our organization is here to help people in the community who have needs that are basic needs, housing needs, health needs, anything that people might need to be able to get them on a stability path for their housing, for their anything. So today's story is going to start with some of our clients who have been to Turning Points for help, and Margie, my development director, is going to introduce us to some of these people.
So in today's episode, you will meet TJ. He is a veteran who receives services in our Veterans Program and through our Job Connections office. You'll also hear from Derek Hurd, who is our program manager for the Veterans Program. And you'll talk to Dr. Little, who runs our dental program. And you'll meet Olitha, who receives services in our medical clinic, and Linda, who also receives services in our medical and dental clinic.
I learned a lot about discipline, went to Germany, learned a lot about the world. This is back when the Soviet Union still existed. Germany was not a unified country at that time. I learned a lot about the world in general and discipline. I've had a bad run of luck the last few years. I've lost a couple of houses due to foreclosures in Sarasota, Bradenton, one in each city. My business has failed, and came to Turning Points for some job search assistance, and I got it. Folks were very nice. They gave me a card embossed with my photograph, and that was a couple of years ago, and they helped me with job search assistance, free haircuts, free laundry. There's a very good soup kitchen here that serves wonderful food, which I've eaten a lot of times, and they've been very helpful. I started a new job last week thanks to their assistance. I'm a front desk clerk at a motel locally, and they were instrumental in helping me achieve that job after I had been underemployed for a long period of time. And I've been quite happy with my new job, and that started last week, and it's all thanks to Turning Points. I was nervous. I've never been homeless in my life until the last 5 months. Prior to that, the last 2 years have been very difficult due to lack of a vehicle, and the job search folks especially have been extremely helpful, letting me use their computers quite often, and that was instrumental in helping me find jobs online, which most people have to do these days because it's not stepping in to get a paper application anymore type thing. And they stepped me through it, and after months of trying, we got success last week. I have indeed. Last year, the Veterans Services Department helped me with my rent, paid 4 months of my rent at a very critical time. This year, my seasonal job had just pretty much evaporated, and that was in March, and that was a job that I had held for 5 years as the Intel rep at Best Buy, selling computers, assisting the Best Buy folks with the sale of computers and accessories, and that job just wasn't renewed this year. Put me in quite a spot, and that was 4 months ago, and the folks at Turning Points, Colonel Derek Hurd, Job Counselor Ed Padilla, his wonderful assistant Lori Blaisdell, and others have been quite helpful, quite nice, quite down to earth, and I expected a lot from those folks, and I got it. I'd be at rock bottom. I'd be sleeping under a bridge or in the woods. I would have hit rock bottom. It was a very critical time due to the loss of my business and the loss of my houses. The Great Recession of '08 hit me pretty hard, and I'm well on the road to recovery thanks to these folks here. Certainly, they've given me bus passes, free haircuts, free laundry service. I get my mail here, which has helped a lot. Their soup kitchen has wonderful food. The people in the soup kitchen have been extremely nice. There's no complaints from me about Turning Points.
Oh,
I have. They have.
Tell me about that.
They have a wonderful medical and dental clinic. They've helped me with teeth cleanings. A couple weeks ago I had an operation. I had an ulcer that was bleeding, and the folks recommended highly that I go to the VA hospital and get that tended to. That was a very critical time for me health-wise, and that was the right move because that ulcer was stopped dead in its tracks, and the VA took extremely good care of me, and I'm back healthy, wonderful, ready to go, and I'm very thankful to be here. I'm a proud veteran. I don't think homeless veterans should exist, and with the help of nice folks that exist here, they can prevent that to a great extent. Without the military, there would be no United States of America. You've got to remember the red stars on the flag. 1.3 million veterans have died for this country in combat. You have to reach out to the folks that have no legs, no eyes, no arms. You have to touch them as best you can. I've shaken the prosthetic hands of veterans. There are a lot of veterans that are a lot worse off than myself, and without the military, there would be no America. Don't be angry. Don't think about killing yourself. Reach out. You'll find the help. It's available. We want you to come. You'll get the help as like I did, and you will be able to recover from even some of the most disastrous circumstances that you've ever had. I'm absolutely, positively, 100% sure of that. It's been a long, tough road, but we made it, and the folks out there that are in my shoes, what I dealt with a while back, come in, just ask for the help. You'll be glad you did, and you'll get it, and they'll do anything they can to help you turn your life around. We don't want veterans to kill themselves. We don't want veterans to be living in despair or poverty. One way to prevent that is come to a nice, awesome place like Turning Points, and you'll get the help you need. They'll treat you like gold, and you'll turn your life around. Just give it a shot.
Well, across the course of this entire organization, it's over 500 veterans. I specifically have funding to help about 90 veterans' families per year. Well, I definitely want to provide what they need, but the first thing we have to do in accordance with our VA contract is to verify that they are veterans. So we spend quite a bit of time making sure that they are veterans, that they are in dire straits, so we require certain documents to show that, let's say, if they were about to be evicted, then we need something like a 3-day notice or something like that. And then we verify their income per month, because a lot of our services are geared towards low income. So the first thing that we do is verify that the clients are eligible and definitely in need of our services.
And once that's done, individuals.
Absolutely. We have everything from rental arrears, we have utility arrears, we have people that we're trying to rapidly rehire because they are homeless. So we deal with utility deposits, we do rental deposits. Sometimes we can even pay the first month of rent. We operate from a perspective that we call housing first. It is our firm belief that even if a client comes in and they have some type of abuse problem, we believe that they will be better postured to deal with that abuse problem if they're off the street. So we house them first. We don't judge. We are not configured to deal with that type of illness or that type of problem here in this organization. We are, however, closely aligned with other agencies in the community that are equipped to deal with that, i.e. Centerstone and the VA medical clinic up in Bay Pines. So we have a strong referral program, and we have a strong what we call continuum of care here in Bradenton and Manatee County that we can pick up the phone and refer a client to the appropriate agency.
And sir, I would suggest one of the
Correct. And in order to handle job services and job references, we have a close alliance with the Goodwill agency, and we actually have an on-site representative that works closely with us to place those folks who are needing or seeking work. I want that veteran to know that he's very important to us. I want that veteran to know that we understand that he's in a bad position, that may be a temporary position, something that is a result of something that happened in his life that was beyond his or her control. I want that veteran to understand that we are very interested in giving him a hand up and not a handout. And that's what we're dealing with a lot of times with veterans. They're very reluctant to come forth for assistance. And when they finally hit that low point in their life, we want them to know that that's why we're here, is to help that veteran, that person who at one point has raised their right hand and said, I do solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution. They deserve our benefits, and that's why we're here to support them. I would invite anyone in the Manatee County area to walk a day in our footsteps. I would invite anybody who's listening to this to come to Turning Points and walk around and see all the services that we're able to provide, not only to the veterans, but to any other clients that walk in. I see it every day. People walk in here and they go out the door going, wow. That's what they say. Everything from Open Door to our lunch that we provide every day, to veteran services, to medical, to dental, to laundry, all the services that are provided here on a day-to-day basis. People are just blown away just by walking through. So if you're interested, come down, take a look at what we do. If you're interested in volunteering, I guarantee you, you'll be blown away by what we do here at Turning Points. The same thing that I said to you earlier, that we are here to provide services for veterans, that no matter what their problem is, they should feel confident enough to come and see us. We're here to serve them. We'll make the determination as to whether or not we can support them. But I would encourage any veteran who's experiencing any type of problem right now to come on in, sit down with us, and we'll see what we can do to help you out.
I've been in Bradenton since 1977 in private practice, and I've made a pledge to myself. The community's been very good to me, that when I retired, I wanted to give back. And I was approached by a group that goes down to Guatemala and treats the Indians in the summertime for a couple of weeks. But I thought to myself, I don't need to go that far to help somebody. There's too much need in my own backyard. So at this time, Turning Points was just getting started. That time it was called the One Stop, and I got involved with them. At that time, this was just an empty old Mathers furniture store, was what this place used to be, and went on from there. And I got the original donations for equipment to start one room 6 years ago. As of January of this year, we now have 4 rooms. And now we have 2 doctors and a hygienist every day of the week now. So things are progressing, but the need is still there. I could work, or we could work 24/7 with 5 dentists. We turn away at least a dozen people a day that are seeking our services. The need is just so tremendous out there. But I had a concept that, gee, when I retired, I'd be a hero and someone would have a toothache and I'd take out a bad tooth and I'd pat myself on the back for a job well done, but that's not the situation at all. We're talking about people who haven't had dental care in 15, 20 years of neglect. Not one bad tooth, but multiple bad teeth, if not all bad teeth. We're not a full-service dental office here. We don't do root canals or anything fancy. We just try to do the basic services like a mash unit. We do simple fillings, we do extractions. We try to get people's mouths healthy, get down to a sound foundation, wherever that might lead us, and then build back up from there. The rewarding thing is so rewarding to the people, the hugs and kisses and friendships and handshakes. It restores their smile, their ability to relate to their fellow people that they deal with. It improves their employability, gets them out of pain, enables them to chew food, pain-free for the first time in 10, 15 years. So, so we're not stealing patients from any private practitioners. These are the people who have fallen through the crack and have not received any care. All dental procedures have an insurance code. There's a dollar value associated with that code, so we can keep track of the dollar value of our services. so that when we go to a sponsor or a foundation trying to seek money, we can say, look, your dollar invested in us allows us to do 10 or 20 times point of return. Last year, with one dentist and one hygienist, we did $1.7 million of free dentistry. Since inception in the 6 years, we've already surpassed the $10 million mark. And this year, since we have 2 dentists and a hygienist every day, we've already passed $1.5 million, and then we're halfway through the year. I fully expect us to be approaching the $3 million mark by the end of the year. And this costs real money. Even though the services are free, we do have a laboratory bill. We do make the dentures for people. We can take it so far, but then we have to send it out to be processed and everything. And that costs money. And so our denture bill runs around $5,000 to $7,000 a month. Expendable supplies run around $3,000 a month. And we do have salaried hygienists and dental assistants, and that's another $5,000. So we have a $13,000 to $15,000 bill in real money that we have to get from various volunteers and private donations and this kind of thing. There's also the unseen financial return. There's been an article in the Patient recently about the dollar value. If someone has a toothache and there was not a place like this to go to, they would have to go to the emergency room. Now, the emergency room doesn't have a dental office. All they can do is give them prescription of antibiotics and a prescription for pain medicine. Of course, they're going to take half of those and sell them out in the streets. And then 30 days later, they're back in the door again. And that bill for that visit runs the county about $1,000. So I think the article said that between the medical and dental, the ER and medical dollars saved runs around $20 million a year that we're saving the Manatee County taxpayer and the county commissions and the tax rolls. Someone's got to pay for it, and it comes out of everybody's pocket in your taxes. So we're doing, that's an indirect benefit of being able to treat people here and rather than having them go to the ERs. We see scheduled, we see about 20 to 25 patients a day with our schedules. And we have a emergency, we can take 2 emergencies and walk-ins in the morning and 2 emergency walk-ins in the afternoon. They have to fill the paperwork and sit down. They may wait 2 or 3 hours, but we pledge that we will see those patients before we go to lunch or before we go home. I had one this afternoon, his face was out to here, and even though I couldn't pull the tooth, at least I was able to IND or drain the abscess she had and give her antibiotics and start the process of getting her controlled. And the community doctors in town support us well. We initially when we got started, we had to go to them for the initial donations and equipment. The Kiwanis Club donated money to equip us a brand new room, and but we're always getting phone calls. Doc, can you use this? Can you use that? You know, so we get first refusal on a lot of stuff that, as doctors remake or redo their office and equipment, they're going to update, because we don't have the most modern equipment in the world, but it works, and we make it work. I think it's been said before by other people that you've interviewed, but you really have to come by. The place is always open to a tour for a group or individuals. But if you are living disadvantaged, you can come here in the morning, open door, first come, first serve. And usually there's anywhere, this time of year, 100 to 150, in the season up to 300. And that you can come in, get your hair cut, get a hot meal. There's a European breakfast on the patio while they wait your turn of coffee and donuts and juice. Take a shower, get your clothes washed. There's a computer lab that you can contact for job searches or contact perhaps your family at home. And there's all sorts of advisory people for food stamps. One of the big things is ID, verify ID. If you should happen to get a check or something, you can't cash it unless you have ID. So providing ID for people is a very big thing. There's a veteran services, and it's not only people who are on the streets, but it's the near disadvantaged. Let's say, you can't see it, but this is my second week back. I fell 2 months ago and broke my arm. So I was out for 2 months. A lot of people they're living from paycheck to paycheck. And if you're out for 2 months and can't work, you get behind on your rent, on utilities, and you're a heartbeat away from being out in the street yourself. We have programs here to help people catch up in those situations, to pay their rent for a couple months, to pay their utilities for a couple months, to get back on the feet, to keep them from being on the streets again. So there's all sorts of programs here. We have also the medical. We haven't talked about that. We have the medical students from LECOM Medical School here with a medical proctor in the mornings, and in the afternoon we have residents here from both hospitals, Blake and Manatee hospitals, seeing our patients. And it's not just, but it's the sick patients. If you're on the streets and have had a problem with drugs in the past, the HIV is a big problem. Your hepatitis A, B, and C is a big problem. We have smoking cessation clinics and all sorts of programs here. Well, one that was a real big surprise. I really wasn't expecting to win it. The other finalists were the Gainey brothers, the Gainey family, and they are an institution in surgical and in medicine in Manatee County. I thought for sure one of those would probably win it, but and the urologist also was a finalist. But unexpected. I was actually speechless, just like I'm speechless now. I thank the Chamber of Commerce for recognizing us, but I'm just a figurehead here. I do a lot of the work, but volunteers is what keep this place going. There may be, in the whole building, I'm going to say 15, maybe 20 salaried individuals, but we have up to over 100 to 150 volunteers a month that do the meat and gravy of the work around here. So without the volunteer help, this place would not exist. And so anybody that's watching, if you would like to give back to community help, come by, take a tour. There's all sorts of departments that their services will be valued at. Cheryl is our coordinator for volunteer work, and we'll find a spot for your services, whether this be a half a morning a month, or we have some volunteers that are here 5 days a week and have been for years. So there's all sorts of levels of contribution.
My name is Aletha Brown, and I moved back here over a year ago, and it was for medical reasons. And I did not have any insurance, and someone told me, why don't you try Turning Point? Well, I didn't know Turning Point, of course, and they gave me the number, and I called and did some inquirements, and fortunately, I was able to get in and see the doctors, and I had been without my medicine for a little over 4 months. So I was in really a lot of pain, you know. And but on my first visit, I was able to get all the medicine that I needed, which was great, and I was happy. And from there, what I did was I brought my medical records with me. I had previously been hospitalized, so they knew pretty much everything that was going on with me. So they proceeded to gave me a referral to go see an orthopedic for my hip. And they also sent me to get x-rays done. And doing the x-rays, we found out that I had 2 bad hips. So after going to see the orthopedic, we decided to do the more severe hip first. And now we're in the process of seeing when we're going to get the other hip done. I would still be trying to walk. The Dr. Ayers told me, he says, I don't see how you're walking around in the pain that you're in, because my bones was rubbing bone on bone. There was nothing in between, and that hurts really bad. And I could not walk without a walker. It had got to that point. I could not walk without a walker. Now I can walk without a walker. The only thing is I need to get the other side done so I can feel marvelous. And that's coming soon. But after the first surgery, I know what I'm going to have to go through. I know the therapy, you know, and it's been great. My left side is great. Now I'm just dealing with my right side.
And that's,
Oh man, it was marvelous. Everybody is nice. Everybody, even the doctors, the interns, they all have been extremely nice. I can't say anything negative because all been a very positive experience, especially not having insurance and being able to come here and get the medical assistance that I need. And if they can't give it to me, they give me referrals to go where I need to go to get my problem fixed. And it's been a great experience. Call immediately. Ask for Brenda. She will get you in one way or another. She will meet your needs. I guarantee that. I've grown to know her and to love her. And it's great when they know your name as soon as you walk in the door. That means that they're on their job and they know their clients. And every time I walk through that door, they know my name. And that's great. To know where you go to get your help, people acknowledge you. As soon as you walk in the door, "Hey, Miss Brown." I love it. I love it. They're all great here, everyone. I haven't met or had any bad experience at all. At all. All I can do is say great things.
My name is Linda Randolph. Approximately 3 years ago, I came to Turning Points to have my teeth fixed. Over a series of time, I had, oh my goodness, what a wonderful experience that was. Growing up, my mother was single and I never really got to a dentist until I came here to Turning Points. They did a complete restoration of my teeth, and instead of pulling all my teeth as I had expected, the dentist saved 12 of my teeth, put an upper, a lower partial in, and I now come every 4 months to have cleanings done. They've treated me like a princess. Now I also come, I'm 60 years old and I've acquired COPD. I come here for my breathing problems. I have another health issue that I come here for. I can't say enough about the services here at Turning Point. I would love to be the marketing manager for all the grants or anything given here. I understand now they have doctors in training, and again, they treat me unbelievably well. The quality is above and beyond reproach. If I had to pay for services here, when I've gone outside of this Turning Point to any other doctor or dentist, I've never received the quality I have here, never. The dentist pays special attention to the pain level. The doctors here are always right on point with my needs, my mind. It's just, I'm just amazed. I'm amazed at the level of service here. Even the reception area, I'm not going to mention her name, but the lady in charge at the reception desk is, every time I come in here, I'm greeted by name, and it's like they care about me as a person. Well, I know at my age, because of certain choices I've made in life, I'm not able to pay for any of these services at this time. I'm in a special faith-based program to get my life back in order. And it's remarkable, the services that Turning Point offer to not only homeless, but for people as of my type getting back on our feet again. It's above and beyond, and as I said, if I could, I would rally to any point to help with the necessities needed here to help the rest of the community. I've never in my lifetime heard of a place like this that helps so many people. For Linda, many wonderful things. As I stated, I'm 60, and I hope in the future, once that I've gotten a good foundation in my own life, to help other women that need to face the negative aspects they're having in life. I've been around quite a few avenues in my lifetime, and I have a lot to offer. But now I also have presentation on my behalf, that I not only feel better, but I look better. And my health is getting in line. I've quit smoking because of this Turning Points. I don't drink, I don't do any drugs, and a lot of it's due to what has occurred in my life because of Turning Points. That I'm eternally grateful for everything and the joy that they've instilled in my life and the peace of mind. And the peace of mind comes from having my health back, my health and my teeth especially. It's just unbelievable what everybody here does just for me.
Well, thank you, Margie. That was a great introduction to Turning Points and some of our staff and client stories that are really exceptional. Those are the kinds of things we see every day, so it was a good opportunity for people to learn a little bit about us. So in our next program, what can people look forward to?
Well, they're going to find out all about Turning Points. In our next program, we might have clients and volunteers from our Open Door program or our Rental and Utility Assistance program. We might talk to some LECOM students, or maybe one of our many volunteers who are really the heart of Turning Points.
That's definitely true. So thank you for joining us. We hope you'll come back and watch more of Turning Points, where compassion takes action. And if you'd like to learn more, then check out our website or our Facebook page and like us. Thank you.